Okay, are we all ready? Okay. Well, everyone's here, so we'll reconvene and call the meeting to order. So I'll start with a reading of the script. I'll make it kind of brief. Due to the current federal state emergency declaration, Minnesota directives to stay at home and limit person-to-person contact due to COVID-19, Minnesota statute 13D.021, meetings by electronic. Due to the pandemic, it's not recommended that we meet in the regular setting and for the public to meet. So the rest, I don't need to say any more of that, do I?
Nope, you're fine.
So then we'll go down to number 2, candidate deliberation process. Gary will review the process and provide information, and we got that. And so what we will do now is we will individually discuss or share your views on strengths, on who you feel is the strongest candidates, whether it be one, both, or two, or all three. So then we will assess which candidate we all feel have the most strengths, and then we'll decide if we on a second round of interviews. Okay.
And make sure, just please try and stay to the strengths as much as possible, since this is a public meeting. If you don't have anything to say about someone, then don't say it.
So I'll look for a volunteer, whoever might want to go first. And if nobody volunteers, I guess I'll be stuck.
I'll volunteer and go first.
Okay.
Gary, we can say names, right? You're good with that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Under Paula for strengths, I had visibility, her communication, and the accountability of staff and everyone in the building. Jen, I noticed a strength with past experience, finance, strategic planning, assessing, and implementing. And then I noticed with Becky, plan development and accountability with follow through.
Do you have a way you're leaning at all as far as the strongest of the candidates? That's the other thing we need to address here.
I am leaning towards Jen Backer with Paula right behind her.
Okay. Would anybody like to volunteer for next?
Yeah, I can go.
Go ahead, Tim.
I guess I saw a lot of strengths in the first two. So that, I guess for me, it's Jen first and Foley second for me.
I thought the same as you guys. The strengths, I thought it was pretty clear. Becky was very thoughtful, but I think experience-wise, the other two have her. I lean Paula, then Jen.
Okay. Patrick?
So I thought for strengths on Paula, I liked the fact that she had a lot of classroom experience and a lot of experience with curriculum, which is something that I think we've maybe been lacking in. And she also had a lot of experience in the superintendent area, as did Jen. And I am leaning towards Paula 1, Jen 2.
Cassidy?
I'll go next. For strengths for Paula, I think she's willing to coach anyone. She's willing to get down to the nitty gritty, to get in there and try to fix everything that we need to have done. Sounds like she's going to be visible. She has high integrity and honesty. For Jen, I think she has the experience with the budget. I think she's kind of pinpoint person when it comes to knowing what the budget is. She's approachable. She knows how to take tough decisions. She takes the students achieving to the highest standard. I think Becky, I think she means well. I think she's very nice. I think she's not what I'm looking for. I'm leaning towards Jen first, Paula at a close second.
Okay. Are you ready, Justin, or you want me to go first? Oh, turn your volume on.
Yeah. I guess I would echo some of the same sentiments that have been expressed already. Rather than say some of the same things repeatedly, I guess my top two would also be Paula and Jennifer, and in that order.
Okay. I agree with the strengths with Paula, and I would like to add that I liked her importance to have front end done, meaning, when it comes to improvement plans and performance issues, she would have the groundwork laid with expectations, so it wouldn't be hard and it wouldn't be a surprise. It would just move right into it. We expect this and move in on it and move forward with that. I liked her explanation for that. I like her experience, although I will give Jen the edge on experience. Obviously, she's got a lot more at superintendent, 10 to 12 years. I think Jen has a lot of good attributes, and finance being one of them also. And I also share all your comments in regards to the pluses. And I like Becky, but I'm going to lean towards Jen 1 and Paula 2 and experience. I'm putting a lot in experience because I think our district needs it.
Okay, so we have two strong candidates. So at this point, I think I would recommend to you as a group that someone would make a motion to invite those two candidates back for a second round of interviews next Wednesday night. And then if that's the case, then we can discuss the interview process, some questions. I'll get them emailed to you right now, along with a potential schedule, and we can be done for the night, if that sounds all right.
I will make the motion, Steve, that we extend a second round of interviews to Jen and Paula.
Okay, motion by Pat.
I'll second.
And second by Angie. Is there any discussion? Okay, if not, I'll start with Teresa.
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Tim?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Angie?
Yes.
Cassidy?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Motion carry. So then we'll move on to, I guess, a discussion about reference check process.
Yep, that's the next thing that we need. It's who's going to do that. I can't remember who we decided. Angie, okay. So Angie, if you look in the book, I think I gave you books, right? Yep. And so let's take, there are questions in there. So tomorrow morning, let's just give me a call when you can, and we'll go over that, and we'll get you the process for doing that. Okay. The next thing, I'm going to send you guys an email right now. We talked about having, at the second round, we talked about having a staff, a community Q&A. And so I can create questions. I can work with Aaron on that, probably, since there's going to be staff involved. And we can put probably 12 questions together. Would look like a 45-minute interview. And then they would, as a group, put their strengths and opportunities for growth together for each of the two candidates. And I'll have a form for them to fill out that I'll collect and then get the information back to you guys. So at this point, we need to decide who we're going to ask to be on this committee. So did you do some work on that, Aaron?
Yeah, tomorrow we actually have a staff meeting. Each group, I asked them last week to pick from their group, so I didn't have anything to do with picking the groups, or I mean the people. So like elementary is going to give me a rep, middle school, high school is going to give me a rep, sped department, athletic department, the non-certified group's going to give me and then the office, it'll give me a person, and then Tiffany and myself will be on there.
Yep.
So that's about 9-ish, 8,
Okay.
9.
So
All
that's fine. That's fine. How about from a community? You know, if we're looking 3, 4, 5 people from the community, have you guys put names together as to who you think you'd like to have on there?
I have.
Oh, I mean, this is more for the board.
Board,
This is
okay,
for the
okay.
board.
Okay.
The board was going to think about that. So
Steve?
Pat's got.
I would think maybe somebody like Kevin Jansen, you know, he comes to a lot of the meetings, seems to be fairly involved. What's going on? That's just somebody I would throw out there to maybe consider.
Yes. Would someone like to take charge and make some phone calls and ask?
Yeah.
Maybe you, okay.
Teresa?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. And I kind of like Pat's idea, if we could, you know, there are people that do attend quite a number of meetings and that show, you know, that the interest in that way. And I think that would be a good place to start.
I'd say Linda Koch's usually at every meeting. Ashley Huntley, Dawn Rowe, they've come to quite a few meetings.
So there you got 4. Is that good enough, or do you want someone else?
Angie,
I think
you're on mute, Angie.
a male
There you
perspective, another male's perspective, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Gerald Payne's one that comes to mind because I've seen him at some meetings, and he's been pretty involved in trying to, you know, bring the focus back to the school.
I got him down.
Okay, so that should be a pretty good sized group. And I will go ahead, Teresa.
I will contact all 4 of them tomorrow, and then I'll send you guys an email to let you know who's in and who's out.
Was it
That's
4
what-
or was it 5?
I have 5.
Okay.
Kevin, Linda, Ashley, Dawn, and Gerald. So I have 5.
What do we do, you know, if she only gets a couple of them that want to do it or are available? We just going to leave it at that, or we're going to have an alternate, or that'll be enough?
But
I think
you know,
that should. Go ahead,
it
Steve.
would be okay if Teresa, if you thought of others too. I mean, we don't have to limit to the.
Okay.
anybody,
Well,
really.
we have time. So like I said, it shouldn't take me more than 15, 20 minutes to call everybody tomorrow. So if we're coming up short, you guys will know in the next day or 2 in case anyone thinks of someone else to add or fill in if someone can't.
Yep.
Do
This doesn't
do we
require board action.
Oh, go ahead, Pat.
do we know what kind of a commitment these people are going to have, so Teresa can tell them when it's going to be and at what time and all that?
That's the next thing we're going to talk about is the
Okay.
schedule. Okay. So if we got those names, let's take a look at the schedule that I just emailed you. And if you can't see it, let me pull it up myself. What I kind of threw together based on the format that we had for this round of interviews, and there's just 2. I thought that we could start the community and staff input forum which is not a public meeting. And we would start that at 4 o'clock. So that would be from 4 to 4:45. And then they would have 15 minutes to deliberate and come up with the strengths and the opportunities for growth for that candidate and put that into a form that I'll provide for them. Then that same candidate, oh, I got this wrong on here. I just see that I typed it in wrong. Sorry. The next one is supposed to be 5:15 to 6:30. No, 5 o'clock. It's supposed to be 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And then the school board would be having the interview with candidate 1. And candidate 2 would be meeting then with the community and the staff. I'm really sorry. I see that I did this typo wrong. And then at 6:15 to 7:15, candidate 2 will interview with the board. And then from 6:30 there'll be just a, from what did I say there? 6:15 to 7:15. I got to get these numbers square in my head here. So at 7:30, probably about 7:30, 7:40, probably at 7:45, we'd start deliberation. Let me
Gary?
just take, yep.
When you have, I'll wait to call everybody. Can you possibly send me a new one updated so I can let them know exactly what times?
Yep, I'll just correct this as we're talking here.
Okay, thank you.
Then, so if that schedule looks good for you guys, your commitment would be then starting at 5 o'clock and going through till we get her done, which could be something quick at 8 o'clock. We could be done. Or if deliberations, if you guys are going back and forth, it could go 8:39, so. If that's okay, based on what I just, what we've talked about, and I'll get you the schedule here in just 2 secs. Then a motion to accept that interview schedule would be in order. All right. If you want, if you guys can start looking at the interview questions for the second round that I sent. Okay, the corrected schedule should be there now.
Gary, did you send that to me as well?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, thank you.
The schedule look okay, Teresa?
Let me pull it up here real quick. I was going through the questions.
Okay.
Yep, that looks good. 4 to 4:45 for candidate 1 and 5 to 6 for candidate 2.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So if we could get a motion on schedule, and let's do that one first.
I'll make the motion to the second round interview schedule for April 22nd.
A motion by Teresa.
Second.
Okay,
Justin.
yep. Motion by Teresa, second by Justin. Any discussion? Okay, I'll start with Teresa.
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Pat,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Angie,
Yes.
Cassidy,
Yes.
and I vote yes. Motion carry. So then you need to talk about the questions then, right, Gary?
Yep. If there's anything that is glaring to you, let me know. We try and get in a little bit more detail. But like we did before, I could, if you don't have, we could have a motion to approve them on the contingency that you want to take a look at them a little bit more. And if you see something, you can always email me. Justin did last time, and we got some things fixed and changed around.
I think I'll make the motion to approve the questions with the contingency that if anyone sees anything that we can adjust or whatever.
Yep.
Fix.
I'll second.
Okay, I made the motion, Pat second. Any discussion? Okay, Teresa,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Pat,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Angie,
Yes.
Cassidy,
Yes.
and I vote yes also. So motion carry.
Very good. So I'll take and schedule, I'll call the two candidates. I'll call all three of them right now. I'll schedule the candidates and we will get that final put out. We'll have a news release that I'll send off to Tiffany in the office tonight, and as to who you're bringing back, and we should be good to go. Aaron and I will work on some questions tomorrow sometime. Tomorrow morning, actually, I'm going to be out for a few hours, so how about later morning, Angie, that we can talk about the reference checks, and then sometime maybe in the afternoon, Aaron, I'll put a small list of questions together and ship it over to you, and then you guys can. What time is your staff meeting?
10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
So see if you have just some general question. You don't have to get them wordsmithed out, but ask your staff, the ones that are going to be sitting in on this, what type of topics they would like to ask about.
All right. And then I'll be in all day tomorrow, Gary, so whenever works for you.
Sounds good. That's perfect. So I gotta take advantage of the senior citizen hour at Costco tomorrow morning. So
one thing yet, Gary, is you mentioned earlier, we need to make sure we.
Yes, as far as your notes, you know, it's okay to keep your notes together now, especially when we're going into our second round, especially on the 2 candidates that you're bringing back. But as soon as we finish, we want those things destroyed, and we want those things gotten rid of. They're your notes. They're nobody else's. Don't distribute them, but we want them to go away. So when the time comes. So you can probably get rid of Becky's right now. So, okay. Is there anything else for me tonight? All right. Well, that should be it, guys. I guess we can, you know, that's all I got. So if we want to go to an adjournment, we can.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn, Steve.
Okay. Motion by Pat.
Second.
Is that you, Tim?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't raise my hand.
Okay. Motion by Pat, second by Tim. Teresa?
Yes.
Tim?
Yes.
Pat?
Yep.
Justin?
Yes.
Angie?
Yes.
Cassidy?
Yes.
I vote yes. Meeting adjourned. 8:25. Thank you, Gary.